Hi guys. मैं बोलूँ क्या? Welcome back.
Yes.
Okay,
Welcome
ठीक है.
back to RiriRants.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Riri, and today I am here with Jhalak and my new friend.
New friend. New boy. मैं तो ना सहती.
And another one of my friend, Raechel. ये डाल ही दोगे पूरा? Okay, so in all seriousness, this is my friend Raechel. Like we promised in the last video, she is here. मना करने के 50 बार बाद. So, a trigger warning that whatever we're gonna talk about in this video is gonna be completely based on our thoughts, experiences और मतलब काफ़ी opinions तो ठीक है मतलब काफ़ी चीज़ें factual based भी हैं बट 90-80% वीडियोस हमारे खुद के ओपिनियंस खुद के एक्सपीरियंसेस पे बेस्ड रहेगी सो इफ़ यू आर गेटिंग ट्रिगर्ड प्लीज़ do not watch my video or watch this with an open mind. अभी तो शुरू ही है क्या पता आगे की वीडियोस बहुत controversial हो जाए you never know तो let's just get into it.
That laugh was controversial.
Today's topic is attachment style. So attachment style होता क्या है? It is basically थोड़ा सा psychological concept ही and it is based on how people form their relationship and how they act and behave in their close relationships. And attachment styles is basically formed during your childhood only. So अब काफ़ी एक बार मैं थोड़ा पूरा फैक्चुअल वाली इन्फॉर्मेशन दे देती हूँ जो चीज़ें उसके बाद हम ये वीडियो कंटिन्यू करेंगे सो देयर आर बेसिकली 4 टाइप्स ऑफ अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स फर्स्ट इज सिक्योर अटैचमेंट जो कि आजकल कोई होता नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से तो सो सिक्योर अटैचमेंट नाम से पता चल रहा है दैट पीपल हु आर सिक्योरली अटैच्ड टू देयर पार्टनर दे डू नॉट हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम और डिफिकल्टीज इन फॉर्मिंग इंटिमेसी और क्लोज रिलेशनशिप विद अदर पीपल दे आर हेल्दीली दे लाइक depend on others in a very healthy manner and they accept कि सामने वाला भी they are dependent on them but वही healthy वाली चीज़ आ जाती है next is avoidant attachment are those people जो कि they avoid intimacy and they do not want someone to be dependent on them starting में they do treat you like that you matter but at the end you don't to them. Next is anxious attachment. नाम से पता चल रहा है people who are like they want to be overly dependent on their partners and they have difficulty in maintaining a healthy distance or you can say एक अपना space ना वो खुद रखते हैं और ना दूसरों को देते हैं those people have an anxious attachment style. Last is disorganized attachment styles. This is basically a severe version of anxious attachment style where the person wants to be around their partner constantly and they cannot go without seeing them or talking to them. They are बहुत ज़्यादा disorganized attachment style हो जाता है ये. Okay. I hope कि थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया लग गया होगा. So अब आते हैं मेन मुद्दे पे. So अब तुम लोग मुझे बताओ कि according to you what is or like can be your attachment style?
Go ahead,
Rachel.
I guess my attachment style might be anxious, but sometimes I also feel like it could be disorganized because there are times when I feel like I can't live a second without my partner, but then there are times when we both need space from each other, but I find it difficult to take that time for myself and to give my partner that space as well. But when we come to mutual understanding, then it also feels like a secure relationship. So it's all over the place, so I'm not quite sure.
Okay. What about you? And in the context of a relationship?
Obviously, what else?
Situationship में.
अरे तो हाँ, if I am in a relationship, तो I don't think so that I get anxious all the time. Neither do I feel the urge to be around that person all the time. तो I think, मेरे हिसाब से तो I think it is secure. मतलब मुझे नहीं होती है उतनी anxious. Like I
मान लेते हैं.
It's good. It's very rare.
It's just like it's like कि if I get commitment from a person and they are putting efforts, तो it's fine. तो मुझे because I've seen people जिनके because whatever happened in their past and they tend to reflect it into their current relationships. And like even though, for example, let's take an example. If a person got cheated on in the relationship, so there might be possibility that they want to be like they might become anxious and their उनकी दूसरी relationship में वो reflect भी होगा. पर नहीं हुआ था मेरे साथ ऐसा.
It's a very good thing. That's good.
कितने साल की थी?
अरे अभी की ही बात है.
Let's not go into the details.
तो मतलब मुझे एक्चुअली बिल्कुल शक वक कुछ नहीं एकदम.
तो फिर ऐसा कौन सा पॉइंट आता है जब ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ कुड बी मतलब अब मेरे को थोड़ी एंजाइटी हो रही है, आई एम गेटिंग एंग्शियस. कट
पता नहीं मतलब आई थिंक इफ आई पता नहीं.
Maybe if the person lied to you and you found out, maybe that would make you feel anxious.
हाँ, that could be it. And also I have not been in a relationship in a long time, तो मुझे पता भी नहीं चल पा रहा है. Because it's sometimes, you know, when you're in a relationship, तो तुम्हारे emotions are also all over the place. You feel things more. तो उस टाइम पे क्या मेरा रिएक्शन हो सकता है या फिर अभी आई एम काम तो मुझे उतना फर्क पता नहीं चल रहा.
True. So like, what do you think your attachment style would be like?
मुझे भी लगता है कि मेरा भी झलक जैसे ही ऑनेस्टली, बट लेकिन हाँ आई फील लाइक थोड़ा एंशियस भी हो सकता है.
I think yours is more anxious than secure, to be honest.
मतलब ऑनेस्टली द थिंग इज कि
She has also not been in a relationship.
हाँ
For a long
भाई,
time, that's
हाँ
true,
काफी
that's
टाइम हो गया है और अभी से तो सिचुएशनशिप्स में ही थे जो भी थे तो उसमें तो भाई होती ही एंजाइटी है.
Situationships में because you do not get that
Get the
commitment.
true.
तो you are like कि भाई
Constantly
What the
worrying
fuck?
about कि
Yeah.
what's gonna happen, आज है कल नहीं होगा, वही चीज़ हो जाती है. और मतलब आई थिंक हर रिलेशनशिप में मेरा भी यही रहता है, इफ़ द रिलेशनशिप इज़ गुड इनफ. जितना मुझे याद है आज तक एक ही रिलेशनशिप थी जो थोड़ी ठीक थी तो उसमें आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी. और अगर लाइक व्हेन वी ब्रोक इट ऑफ तो उसके बाद भी बहुत हेल्दी मेरे साइड से तो हेल्दी ही ब्रेकअप था. तो हाँ तो आई थिंक बट अब मुझे पता नहीं है क्योंकि आई फील लाइक अगर मैं रिलेशनशिप में आती हूँ इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे तो आई विल बी एंशियस. आजकल के लोगों को देख के जैसे आजकल के लोग हो गए हैं उनका जो है
तो वो तो हमेशा ही रहता है ना. It's like even though you're in a relationship there is no security that the other person won't do anything.
Exactly. But trust, I think if there's a trust between two individuals तो तब I feel like हाँ I could be थोड़ा सा ना 90% मेरा फिर सिक्योर रहेगा. हाँ चाहे 10% में फिर भी एंग्शियस होंगी बट 90% रहेगा सिक्योर.
I feel like in every relationship you always do end up hurting the person and the person does end up hurting you. It just matters how you guys recover from it or if the other person is even willing to recover from it, if it is not something that goes beyond the boundaries. Like if someone cheated, I think for me if someone would cheat that would be something that I
End of the
wouldn't
relationship,
yeah. So I mean I don't have that thing with my partner that they would cheat on me. Because we have that kind of a dynamic, but they do feel like I could potentially end up cheating on them because they have had past experience where things have not been good for them. So I try to be understanding, but there are times when even I get anxious and act out in a certain way. But after I've calmed down, I feel like मैं भी समझने की कोशिश करती हूँ. And I think that's what matters, like understanding and open communication does matter. Sometimes open communication also doesn't help, I guess, because you feel like you can't express yourself completely because you fear getting judged, maybe. I guess.
So, do you guys have any idea कि how do these attachment styles are formed?
Parenting.
Yeah, probably parenting, but I feel like you could give a better insight about it, being from psychology, maybe. Not being stereotypical, but maybe you
नहीं,
could
नहीं,
explain
obviously,
to
हाँ.
us better.
ठीक है मतलब जितना मैंने पढ़ा उस हिसाब से हाँ ट्रू. पेरेंटिंग भी नहीं, बेसिकली तुम्हारे चाइल्डहुड एक्सपीरियंसेस सिर्फ
Upbringing.
हाँ, पेरेंटिंग का भी बहुत बड़ा रोल है, बट बचपन में जैसे तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स के साथ तुम्हारे डायनामिक्स थे, जो भी रोल्स थे, आई फील लाइक सारे चीज़ों की जड़ इज़ योर चाइल्डहुड का जो भी अपब्रिंगिंग है, सारा वहीं पे ही स्टार्ट हो जाता है। तो ऑनेस्टली मुझे ये लगता है ना कि कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है कि मतलब हम चाहे जितने भी अच्छे पेरेंट्स बन जाएं, चाहे जितना भी अच्छी चीज़ें हो जाएं,
पिछली वीडियो में भी डिस्कस कर रहे
हाँ, तो मतलब ये हो ही नहीं सकता भाई कि मतलब कुछ ना कुछ तो गलती हो ही जाएगी। और
आई थिंक इंडिविजुअल इंडिफरेंसेस भी आ ही जाते हैं एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पर, जब द चाइल्ड डज अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू रेगुलेट द इमोशंस, या फिर when they start actively dysregulating their emotions, not खुद से, but maybe because they might have developed some kind of disorder due to the upbringing. तो I feel like काफ़ी सारी loopholes within childhood ही होते हैं, तो काफ़ी complex हो जाता
past
है.
experiences भी हो सकते हैं. As I said that for example if a person was secure but उसके साथ कुछ ऐसा experience हुआ उसकी dating life में that they couldn't take well, तो वो भी reflect हो सकता है in
ये
their next
चीज़-
relationships.
ये चीज़ मैंने अभी ही रिसर्च पे पढ़ी थी कि क्या ऐसा भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि मेरे साथ ऑनेस्टली मैंने पर्सनली नोटिस किया था कि मेरे साथ हुआ था कि पहले जो मेरी रिलेशनशिप्स थी स्टार्टिंग की, वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा आई यूज्ड टू बी वेरी सिक्योर और मैं इतना नहीं होती थी एंग्शियस मेरे रिलेशनशिप्स में, बट उसके बाद फिर मेरी एक सर्टेन रिलेशनशिप थी दैट वाज वेरी टॉक्सिक. उसके बाद मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा अपनी रिलेशनशिप्स में बहुत ज़्यादा एंजाइटी होने लगी.
anxiety.
बहुत ज़्यादा एंजाइटी होने लगी थी. तो हाँ, मैंने वो एक देखा था. तो हाँ, ओवर पूरा लाइफ टाइम कोर्स भी जो तुम्हारा है उस टाइम भी तुम्हारे अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स ऑब्वियसली चेंज हो सकते हैं. तभी यू कैन ऑल्सो avoidant वगैरह से भी you can go back into a secure relationship if you are going to therapy.
I feel like that's why that movie Inside Out can also be triggering, although it's an animation film, but वही दिखा रहे कि मतलब childhood में कैसी चीज़ें होती है. Like,
Yeah, I was bawling my eyes out.
yeah, yes, but हाँ, like even for a person जिनको शायद कुछ चीज़ें याद भी ना हो about their childhood, but suppose कुछ देख लिया या कुछ सुन लिया, it could be anything,
ये चीज़
subconsciously resurface हो जाती है, तो थोड़ा अजीब तो लगता है.
True.
And तूने एक बात बोली थी कि like you know sometimes if you come out from a relationship in which you have been cheated on and you go into another one, तो लगता है काफ़ी लोगों को कि they might, but I feel like that if you keep on bringing that to your partner that you have been cheated on and you constantly say them that you will do that too and I'm anxious about it, I feel like कि that also
affects
the partner कि I'm putting so many efforts and उसके बाद भी
and
she's
like
so
yeah, maybe if the other person does even want to voice out these feelings, it could be in an affirmative way, like ठीक है, you know, you tell your partner कि okay, I'm feeling this way, but you try to seek some security from them, but you don't nag them about it.
true.
So I feel like that's the only healthy way people can go about it, and not a lot of people are aware about affirmative conversation.
And
neither was I until I started taking therapy. So if people do feel like they have serious attachment issues or any kind of issues, I feel like therapy should always be an open thing, and
True.
no one should feel ashamed about it.
Reassurance is a
Yes.
very good thing. Like even if your partner is constantly anxious about you going out or like anything, just reassure them कि
Reassurance and validation.
and exactly reassurance का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि एक दो बार बोल दिया, एक दो बार से I know it gets exhausting for both the partners, but it's just you saying things. How much effort does it take for you to just say कि हाँ it's okay, I'm not, कुछ नहीं, दो मिनट लगते हैं बस.
Yeah,
Please
it's
just reassure your partner.
Yeah, it's like you need to empathize with each other, and I do feel guilty about it on my part, that I don't feel bad about confessing this, but my partner does feel anxious and insecure about our relationship at a lot of times, and at a certain point of time even I feel like I'm getting tired of keep having to like reassure them about it, but I feel like that I shouldn't feel that way because that person wants to be with me, that is why they feel insecure, and so I've learned that I it, like you said, it doesn't take 2 minutes to reassure the person or just to say 2 kind words to them that it's okay, I'm going out but I'll be back and I need to be with you. So I feel like I did start doing that more, but I did somewhere hurt my partner along the way. But I guess we all
But
then
that
we
is the
learn.
part of it. Like,
Yeah,
if you're
like
in a
you-
relation, you would always hurt the people that you
Yeah,
are
that's
around.
how we grow, I guess.
ये तो मतलब hurting your partner, like it's just not about romantic relationship. I think हर relationship में ही होता है कि if you are close to someone, you do end up hurting the other person in one way or the other. Even in friendships or your parents, they hurt you sometimes. You
Yeah.
hurt them. तो ये चलता ही है. Also, like what
ये
is
भी मुझे बहुत हर्ट करते हैं. नहीं करते. Physically.
ये क्या रिप्रेजेंटेशन दे रही है भाई? उनको दिखा ही रही है.
कट जाएगा, ये कट जाएगा.
ये डालियो.
भाई पता चले मेरे को वो कर दे वॉयलेंस के लिए.
नहीं भाई, काट दे.
ऐसे हाथ जाते ही टक. So coming to the next topic, and that is, what do you guys feel about today's dating culture? Like for example, जो भी आजकल चल रहे हैं सिचुएशनशिप्स हो गई, रिलेशनशिप में आ रहे हो, सब कुछ कर रहे हो, मतलब बस टैग नहीं मिल रहा, तो इस पे आप लोगों की क्या ओपिनियन है?
Situationships are shitty. No shit. But apart from it,
बट मेरे हिसाब से मैं ना ये सोचती हूँ कि जैसे सपोज यू आर मीटिंग समवन, और आजकल ना ये हो गया, सब मेरा एक दोस्त है, ओके, ही मेट समवन, तो द फैक्ट दैट दे ऑलरेडी गॉट थोड़ा सा फिजिकल, बट दे ही वांट्स टू टेक इट स्लो, वैसे रिलेशनशिप वाइज.
see,
So I don't know, like
slow में it's fun. See, उसमें भी reassurance चाहिए होती है ना कि okay, I am serious about you. I wanna be with you, but I want to take it slow. ये बोलने में कितना टाइम लगता है? क्या? Why do not people
नहीं, मैं
say?
वो नहीं कह रही, मैं वो कह रही हूँ कि मैंने जितना नोटिस किया है,
Okay, I got your point.
हाँ, तो मैंने जितना नोटिस किया है, इट्स लाइक कि पीपल दे tell you that they do want something serious with you, but they are not getting serious, but then they get physical with you, and then they are like, oh my god, sorry, this was not what I was looking for, and then they are just done with you. So उस चीज़ में मेरा है कि okay, so the physical part of it is done, so now you're just gonna leave.
Obviously वो तो है ही खराब.
So like you should clear it out पहले only that you are looking for a hookup, and like if the person in front of you is not looking for it, maybe you can move on to the next person, but I don't think you should like use people's
lie
feelings.
them,
Yeah,
lie to them.
exactly.
ये सब भी जो पूरा है ना कि ये पूरी सिचुएशन बन रही है, सब इज ऑल्सो वेरी डिपेंडेंट ऑन पूरा अटैचमेंट स्टाइल.
Yeah.
द फैक्ट दैट अवॉइडेंट, और एक ना एक डायनामिक बनता है अवॉइडेंट और एंशियस का, इट्स आई थिंक सेम मीनिंग, इट्स पूरा है, ये रिसर्चेस वगैरह मैं ढूंढ के डाल दूंगी बायो में, डिस्क्रिप्शन में, बट द थिंग इज कि एंशियस आर ऑलवेज attracted towards people who have avoidant attachment style. It's like the people who do not want to commit, people who wants to run away, people who wants to be chased. They are always chased by the people who are very anxious जिनका attachment style है, they always go after people जो नहीं दे रहे हैं, और उनको और obviously they are not aware about it, because हमें भी तो अभी पता चला attachment styles होती क्या है. The fact that they do not know what they are doing, they misinterpret this whole attachment thing with being in love, which they are not. They are just anxiously attached to that person who's not giving them the relationship, the kind of relationship they want. Or, they want to just fix them, and it's not someone else's job to fix someone else.
That's trauma bonding.
Yeah, no, that's not trauma. No, trauma bonding is something else. Trauma bonding is
When you share your trauma with someone.
नहीं, that's not trauma bonding. That's just you bonding over trauma.
Okay.
Trauma bonding is कि suppose you guys are in a relationship, ठीक है, and that relationship is very toxic. Suppose you're in an abusive relationship. So now the fact that you are in an abusive relationship and you're still not getting out of it, but you are bonded to your abuser, that is trauma bonding. That you are somehow still attached to your abuser, someone who's not good enough for you, someone you know that you should leave. That is trauma bonding.
Okay.
Yes, bonding over trauma is a whole different
Sounds
concept.
like my mom.
Mm.
Sounds like me with my mom.
But like तू तो निकलना चाहती है ना?
निकल तो नहीं पा रही ना.
Yeah, because lack of money, not
पैसों की दिक्कत, पैसों की कमी.
Like I was in a relationship for about 6 years, and it was the most toxic attachment I've ever had with anybody, and I did not realize that I was mentally abused itna zyada, to the point that when I did find someone else, in the first meeting I found everything I was looking for, and then I had to force myself to leave that person, because when I did get in a relationship with that person previously, I thought that that person was the only one and I wouldn't find anyone else. So I think that comes down to self-esteem as well. And I'm not big on open relationships, but I was somehow manipulated into it, and it was just not a good experience at all, and I was always mentally and verbally abused by the person I was with, and it was not a good experience at all. So it's fine. I want people to be aware about it, that even when you think you're not being abused, you are being abused. So please be aware of the choices you're making, because there is someone better for you out there.
true.
So
Even
please
though,
keep your options
yes,
open.
even if you're like, obviously if you're in a relationship और काफी टाइम हो गया है ना, and you are attached to that person, और तुम्हारे already issues हैं, the kind of issues that you're not aware about, तो वो relationship में बहुत affect करते हैं, and you at that point of time you feel like that person is your everything. You feel like
Yeah.
कि अगर ये नहीं मिला ना तो okay, like it's the end of the world, but it's not, honestly, because we have been through it, and a lot of people have been through it, been in relationships that were very toxic, but
If
they
you
have,
have the
yes, but people have gotten out of it and they are living their life perfectly with someone even like better for them now. और देखो यार, रिलेशनशिप इश्यूज तो चलते ही रहते हैं ऐसा. अगर तुम अभी सोच रहे हो कि समडे यू आर गोना फाइंड अ रिलेशनशिप जहाँ पे कभी कुछ आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं हो, कभी कोई लड़ाई नहीं होगी,
that's a dead end.
that's a dead end, because that's, you're not gonna find those type of relationship. हर relationship में झगड़ा है, but how you resolve that conflict is what your relationship is built upon completely. भाई पूरी foundation build होती है.
Because obviously you're two humans, you both have feelings. Obviously differences तो आते ही हैं.
Exactly.
You cannot always like someone else's. You don't even like everyone around you. So how can you expect someone who's totally different from you to like everything about it?
Exactly.
So that is where you need to be understanding about them. They need to be understanding about you,
And having two separate lives when you
It's
get into
very
a
important.
it is
Yes.
important, so that you can keep yourself sane in order to take care of the other person if you are willing to.
Exactly. Dependent, पर honestly अगर तुम toxic relationship में हो तो dependency बहुत आ जाती है.
Yeah.
And it's high time that you recognize what those patterns are, what those toxic patterns are, and if you both are seeing that नहीं हो रही resolve, then it's good कि you should just end the relationship instead of taking it further.
Because it's not good for even the person in front of you and even for you.
Exactly.
And I feel like if you are comfortable enough, you should reflect upon those indifferences, and that's when you will get to know how the other person feels about those indifferences, and if they are open enough to talk to you about it. And if not, I don't think that's a healthy relationship.
मैं तो हमेशा ही बोलती हूँ that you should try.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a relationship, I always say that you should try your best. You
Yeah.
should try your best till you cannot.
Exactly.
Till you cannot. उसके बाद there is no point. You're just hurting yourself. You're making yourself vulnerable. You're making the other person उसकी भी जिंदगी खराब ही हो रही है.
Yeah.
So what's the point? You should try to an extent, obviously, because you're talking about being with a person, and that is a big decision. But इतना भी नहीं कि
Exactly.
सब कुछ ही खत्म कर दो तुम.
And I feel like how people our age, like early 20s, a lot of older people do judge us for being in serious relationships. Maybe like late millennials, I feel like, because I have had this experience, like I am in a serious relationship, I do plan on getting married to the person I'm with, and I'm very vocal about it, but there are people who are like, you know, अभी अपने काम पे focus करो, अभी अपना life बनाओ, ये वो. So I feel like everybody has their own different life experiences, and everybody should just respect each other's life. Like, if you plan on being single for the rest of your life and you're okay with that, I shouldn't be saying something to you, and vice versa. So I don't like that. I think there's a generation gap in that as well, and it could happen in within
generation gap भी क्या, उनके ज़माने में भी they used to get, they force their children to get married at such an early age. It's just कि अभी ये वही exactly hustle culture and वो ठीक है, I get it that I need to get my life sorted, but that doesn't mean that I cannot be with a partner who I'm passionately can be my potential life long. हाँ यार
बोल भी नहीं पा रही बेचारी.
I feel like one thing my partner did say to me which really stuck with me was that if not to love someone passionately, what is life all about? So that really stuck with me, because I don't know, like I feel like this generation is not about, like, you know, being very deeply in love with another person.
Like, I devoted to someone
very
else,
devoted.
Yeah, honestly, it does. मतलब हाँ, I get it that if it's with your partner, that is good. But you can be very loving towards your children as well. If you like, or a pet.
In any relationship for that matter of fact. Yeah. Like if you're talking about pets, I mean, I don't think a person who is not willing to fully give their love and attention to that child.
I love your pet very much.
We do.
Yes.
I love him.
You know who you are. Yeah. So I think this goes for any kind of relationship. I have an anxious attachment with my pet. He's my child. I include him in everything, and people judge people for that as well. So I feel like it's quite fucked up.
Okay, yes. हाँ, मतलब पेरेंट्स के भी तो अटैचमेंट स्टाइल्स हो सकते हैं टुवर्ड्स देयर चिल्ड्रन, कि मेरी मम्मी का बहुत एंग्शियस और मैं हूँ अवॉइडेंट एकदम.
मेरी मम्मी का भी पहले ऐसे ही था एक्चुअली, कि वो ना मतलब रहती थी कि ओ नहीं, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लेट यू स्टडी अब्रॉड बिकॉज मैं नहीं चाहती कि मेरे से दूर जाए. लाइक फिर धीरे धीरे करके समझाया, पापा ने समझाया, मैं समझाया, लाइक नहीं, इट्स बाउंड टू हैपन समडे. ओके, लाइक अब मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता कि ओके यू कैन मैरी मी ऑफ टू समवन एल्स एंड लेट मी गो तब, बट लेकिन अब नहीं जाने दे रहे व्हेन आई वांट टू स्टडी. नहीं,
if the person what if you're making your child marry a person and she ends up being in distress, तो तब नहीं होगी आंटी दिक्कत आपको. बताओ.
she ends up in an abusive. हाँ, और ऊपर से मैंने ये चीज़ भी बहुत नोटिस करी है. मतलब अब हमारा टाइम तो इट्स डिफरेंट, लाइक हमारे मम्मी पापा के टाइम में इफ दे आर इन एन अब्यूजिव रिलेशनशिप, अब्यूजिव मैरिज, तो उनकी जो बाकी फैमिली है, दे समहाउ फोर्स द वुमेन टू स्टे इन दैट मैरिज एंड नॉट गेट डिवोर्स. आई वाज लाइक,
and that causes a lot of mental health issues.
Exactly.
Not just for the mother, it's for the children as well. Everyone, honestly, surrounding them.
Just because of these little things, I feel like a lot of us end up being victims of such trauma that just stays within our body.
तभी तो इंडिया में लोग इतने traumatized और ये
and it's so normalized.
True, क्योंकि like थेरेपी कल्चर ही अभी थोड़े सालों पहले ही आया है एकदम कोई, और अभी भी बहुत कम. अभी भी लोगों को बोला थेरेपी जाओ तो दे लाइक नहीं, हम पागल थोड़ी हैं जो थेरेपी जाएंगे. इट्स लाइक थेरेपी इज नॉट अबाउट यू बीइंग पागल, इट्स अबाउट यू सॉल्विंग योर इश्यूज, एंड वो इश्यूज जरूरी थोड़ी है कि तुम पागल ही हो.
You can be.
हाँ, हो सकते हो, but
like not pagal, that's not the term for it, but
you can be
a little messed up.
And that's okay. That's why you
that's
are
what
help.
makes you a human.
Yeah. So that's it.
Makes you a human. What your issues?
I mean, if you had no issues at all, then you would be just like a perfect creature.
तब like AI, you are a fucking AI then.
Even they have issues. bugs.
Yeah, they do. Nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect.
But it's just वही है ना कि mental health को लेकर already इतना stigma
Stigma
है.
काफी ज़्यादा.
So it is taking a lot of understanding for
A
people
lot
to
of people
accept it.
Yeah, a lot of people even take advantages of people who do have mental health issues.
जैसे
And even in relationships, I feel like if
जैसे
like for example, if you know that the person in front of you has been through a toxic relationship and that did affect them mentally बहुत ज़्यादा, and suppose I am quite narcissistic, so I would take advantage of that.
we talked about it पिछली वाली video में.
And I mean, this doesn't even just happen in relationships. It happens in it happens in friendships. It happens with parents. It happens with brothers and sisters. So it's very weird to think that someone would want to take advantage of your misery. So I think that affects your attachment style.
अगर हम बात करें, if I talk about my relationship with my mom and my relationship with my sister, तो मेरा मम्मी के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा avoidant है because she is very anxious and मुझे लगता है कि बहुत controlling है. तो what happens mostly, there can be two consequences of if you are controlling with someone. Either you can become like them or you become opposite. तो I feel like कि even though मेरी मम्मी के साथ avoidant attachment है, but मेरी बहन के साथ I feel like it's very secure, क्योंकि अगर वो कभी मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट है उस पर. I trust her a lot and she trusts me as well, and वो मुझे हर चीज़ बताती है and मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि मतलब मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता कि यार ये चली जाएगी या ऐसा हो जाएगा. Obviously मुझे चिंता होती है, वो होती है. There is that constant care कि हाँ you are scared और कुछ भी. Taking the case of अभी जो चल रहा है हमारे समाज में. पर हाँ, मुझे इतना भी नहीं लगता कि मुझे इसको अपने पास रखना है. मुझे लगता है कि इसको जाना चाहिए बाहर.
The most you could do is help her understand how to be safe in her own environment.
अरे for example अभी वो जयपुर गई हुई थी. She went on a trip and मेरी 3 दिन गई थी. मैंने 4 दिन में 2 बार बात करी होगी उससे. 2 बार, वो भी 5-5 मिनट के लिए. Although I was feeling कि हाँ मैं मिस कर रही थी उसे and मैं चिंता में भी थी कि ठीक है नहीं है कुछ हो तो नहीं गया. But it wasn't really affecting me इतना ज़्यादा कि I could not think. And on the other hand मेरी मम्मी 3 रात सोई नहीं. वो 3 रात सोई ही नहीं कि oh my god मेरी बेटी चली गई. मैं से यार मम्मी वो मज़े करने गई है वहाँ पर, वो सो रही है आराम से, आप भी सो जाओ, it's okay. तो मतलब that is the contrast that we have.
वो आई थिंक वो यार ऑनेस्टली आई फील लाइक वो ना रिलेशनशिप डायनामिक्स में भी आता है. बिकॉज उनकी मम्मी के लिए वो तुम लोग उनके बच्चे हो. एक बच्चे वाला जब सीन आता है वो चीज़ बहुत अलग हो जाती है. एक बहन भाई का सीन डायनामिक्स बहुत अलग है कंपेयर टू अ पेरेंट एंड अ चाइल्ड. तभी तो एक पेरेंट का एक चाइल्ड से कैसा रिलेशनशिप है उसी वजह से चाइल्ड की भी फॉर्मेशन होती है. बट एक भाई बहन का कैसा रिलेशनशिप है क्या उनसे आई डोंट फील कि इतना अफेक्ट करता होगा.
Do you think कि if your mom would be there if you go out and तेरी मम्मी 2 दिन सोएंगी ही नहीं क्या?
नहीं, द थिंग इज कि मेरी मम्मी भी जैसे मैं ट्रिप्स पे जाती थी तो मम्मी भी बहुत वो रहती थी एंशियस. वो भी मेरे को बोलती थी कि नहीं मैंने कहा मेरे को समझाया कि नहीं इट विल बी फाइन, होगा ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद फिर मैं जाने लगी ना रेगुलरली. मैं जाती थी, हर साल मेरी ट्रिप होती थी तो हम ट्रिप्स पे जाते थे. तो मम्मी को पता था कि ठीक है बाकी मेरे को छोड़ना लाना वही करते थे वहाँ से. तो आई फील लाइक उनको वो हैबिट नहीं है ना उस चीज़ में. और ऑनेस्टली आई फील लाइक जैसे अगर मैं इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे कोई मैं पेट रख लूँ ठीक है, सपोज आई गेट अ कैट, मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एंशियस हो जाऊँगी. मुझे नहीं लगता मैं छोड़ पाऊँगी उसे. मेरे को भी बहुत टाइम लगेगा ये सोचने में कि वो नहीं यार ठीक है वो भी एक अलग इंसान तो नहीं, जानवर है, एक बीइंग है
कि हाँ मतलब बच्चा है, खुद का बच्चा है. बट द थिंग इज कि वो एक्सट्रीम वाले लेवल पे चला जाता है ना, वो दिक्कत हो जाती है.
कि मेरे से कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा उसके बारे में सोच के.
I don't think so मेरे साथ होगा. Like even if I do get a pet it's even if I do get a pet I think कि मेरे को नहीं हो. I would be okay with leaving them.
Yeah, sure. मतलब I had the same mentality as well, but once he did get sick. After that, we couldn't ever leave him alone, not even with like our maid or anybody, because उन पे भी नहीं trust कर सकते. And it does get difficult, but you just have to figure out a way, because the thing is you can't leave. It's not a good idea to leave your pets alone at home. We feel like हमें लगता है कि ठीक है, कोई नहीं, like max 2-3 घंटे ठीक है, उससे ज़्यादा आपको नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. उनको भी attachment issues होने लग जाते हैं.
हाँ होते हैं भाई, उनको भी
Obviously,
होते हैं.
उनको भी होते हैं. And मतलब एनिमल्स कुछ कह नहीं सकते, बट कैट्स काफ़ी ज़्यादा अपनी हेल्थ इश्यूज छुपाते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा, ताकि हमें ना लगे. एंड आई एम नॉट जस्ट सेइंग दिस आउट ऑफ जस्ट एक्सपीरियंस, मतलब इट्स देयर आर रिसर्चेस अबाउट इट कि मतलब वो लोग काफ़ी अपना हेल्थ छुपाते हैं. जब उनकी हेल्थ डिटेरियोरेट होती है तो वो लोग दे मूव अवे फ्रॉम देयर ओनर्स, ताकि मतलब अगर बाय चांस कोई पोटेंशियल हंट करना चाह रहा है उसे, तो वो अपना स्मेल हम पे छोड़ के वो हंटर हमें ना आके खा ले. उनको ऐसा लगता है. तो मतलब अगर वो लोग इतना सोच रहे हैं हमारे बारे में, तो हम क्यों नहीं सोच सकते? Like there is all, it's not impossible to like find a way to like keep someone with them or something or the other. It's just that you should get a pet when you know that you are able to accommodate your life with them being in your life. I feel like that's how it should be.
Animals are also beings with
Yes.
feelings and
We cutie
emotions.
babies.
बट वैसे मम्मी वाले सीन में तो यही हो जाएगा ना कि मतलब जैसे ही आई फील लाइक विमेन का तो वो नेचर ही होता है कि वो नर्चरिंग वाला.
Obviously.
उनको लगता है ना जैसे कि अब हमारा बच्चा हमसे दूर जा रहा है तो कहीं कुछ हो ना जाए वही. और तेरे तो मतलब मम्मी है ही स्टार्टिंग से तेरे को थोड़ा नहीं जाने देती, तेरे को कभी एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करने दिया वाली चीज़. पर अब तेरी बहन गई, उनके लिए तो फर्स्ट था ना, तो उनकी तो हालत
मतलब भी जा चुकी हूँ.
हाँ.
आई यूज्ड टू गो सोलन पे उस टाइम पे भी, बट आई फील लाइक उस टाइम पे क्योंकि पापा थे तो would have been much
And that was
better.
also like
वही उनके लिए वो था ना कि उनका एक सपोर्ट है. अब उनका जो एक इमोशनल सपोर्ट है वो तुम दोनों ही हो. तो अब वही उनके लिए हो जाएगा कि उनका वो सपोर्ट जा रहा है, उनको सबकॉन्शियसली वो चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा अफेक्ट कर जाती है.
But then I've
No,
also
it's
come
not
across-
right. It's not right that
हाँ,
it's
it's
affecting
not
your
right.
mental health
True,
as
it's
well.
not right.
So, like, if she could figure out a way to accommodate her issues within herself, that would be much better for her and you, so that you guys can have a healthier relationship. Because no one wants a relationship जहाँ पे मम्मी और बेटी का relationship खराब होता है. So that is very understandable.
और अब मतलब जो ये हमारी पूरी वीडियो थी अटैचमेंट स्टाइल के बेस के ऊपर, तो हम बेसिकली यही कन्वे करना चाहते हैं कि इस वीडियो से थोड़ा सा आपकी नॉलेज बढ़ी हो कि व्हाट इज इट एंड व्हाट आर योर बिहेवियर्स एंड योर पैटर्न्स एंड हाउ यू कैन ओवरकम योर issues and problems that you are suffering from, and the problems which are affecting you, your mental health and the people around you that you care about. So बस उसी के अराउंड ये वीडियो थी. So that's it for today. अब नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलते हैं.
Bye.
Bye.